Hey folks, it's Greg and Janet with Strange RV Tours. We would like to welcome you to another episode of our epic Route 66 adventure. Let's get started.
Strange RV Tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fix your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on the air.
This is the home of Commodore Percy Owens, the legendary sheriff in Holbrook, Arizona. In 1900, he retired and moved here to Seligman, Arizona, where he built this home and opened up a store and a saloon. Commodore Percy was born July 29, 1852 in Tennessee and died May 10, 1919 here in Seligman, Arizona. Owens is best remembered in Arizona as the hero of Holbrook's gun battle. The other man who was to take such a leading role in the Blevins shootout was Andy Cooper, whose real name was Blevins. He changed his name when he came to Arizona because he was wanted by the law in Texas. When Commodore Percy Owens arrived at the Blevins home and knocked on the door, Andy Cooper came to the door, and of course Mr. Owens didn't want to serve the warrant. He had actually stated that he was concerned about serving the warrant because he didn't want to die and he didn't want to kill anybody, and he figured that somebody was going to die in this event. But when Mr. Cooper answered the door, he asked what the sheriff wanted, and Mr. Owens told him that he was here to serve a warrant. He said, "On me?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "For what?" And he said, "Cattle rustling." He said, "You need to come with me right away." Well, Mr. Cooper said no and reached for his gun, and when he did, Mr. Owens shot him with his shotgun. At that moment, Andy Cooper's father, was standing off to the side and reached for his gun also. Commodore Percy Owens then turned towards the father and shot the father through the shoulder. At that point, another Blevins came running through the property, or through the inside of the house, trying to reach for a gun, and Commodore Percy then shot him also. So he shot 3 people, and then while he was retreating to find another location, a 15-year-old young boy who was also a Blevins came running out of the house. He had picked up Andy Cooper's gun and was going to go after Commodore Percy Owens. His mother came running out behind him, grabbed him, but it was too late. Commodore Percy Owens had already lined up his shot and shot the young 15-year-old boy in his mother's arms. After shooting all 4 men, Commodore Percy went back to the livery stable, which is where he had been before the gunfight began, while one of the men, the older father I believe it was, survived. The other 3 men died. At the hearing, the Blevins family claimed that they had not fired a single bullet, that Commodore Percy had basically murdered the family. But the jury agreed with Commodore Percy. In fact, they even had found out that 1 bullet had been fired from inside the house. It had struck a horse and had lodged, the bullet went through the horse and lodged in a wheel of a wagon, killing the horse. Commodore Percy was found innocent of the killing and was looked at as a hero. Commodore Perry Owens stated that the killing of the 15-year-old boy haunted him later in life. Throughout the rest of his life, it really bothered him. He ended up dying here in Seligman in 1919. He was actually the owner of the first bar, I believe, the first bar owner that operated a saloon here in Seligman. The bar and store are long gone now, but this home that he built to retire in remains. Let's walk around and take a look at this place. So this home has been here 121 years. Neat place. And this home sits 1 block off of historic Route 66. On his way to the gunfight that day, when he was at the livery stable oiling up his gun before he walked over to the Blevins home, one of the livery stable's managers offered to go with him and help him, or bring a posse with him to help him. But Commodore Perry Owens said no, that he didn't want anybody else to get hurt, that he thought that something bad was going to happen. He looked a lot like Wild Bill Hickok in these artwork here on the front of the house of Commodore Perry Owens. It shows him having dark reddish hair. In real life, he was said to have golden locks, similar to Wild Bill Hickok. He was a man of average height. When he moved here, he married a young lady that was 23. I believe he was in his early 50s at the time. He retired to a much more stable life than being a lawman. We're on Route 66 in Seligman, and this is JR's Mini Mart and Deli. Seems like every business here in town has something to draw you in. How cool. It's a big chicken. Rooster chicken? Oh, a big bird. Hey, we got another car for you to sit behind, get your picture taken out here, huh? Jeep. That's a old postman vehicle. We got a barrel guy here holding up a sign, a Route 66 sign. That's different. Waste oil. Oh, neat. Hi.
Hi. Yes.
Amazing. Look at that. Wow. They got some really neat stuff here. A bench made out of a truck gate. And some wheels.
is all man cave stuff.
Yeah, it is. Mom, I'm drooling right now. Janice's like, eh. Scarves? Neat. It just goes on and on, doesn't it? It's an old children's ride. Look at the size of that cash register. That thing is massive. It's like a double cash register.
Oak mantle from 1908. Wouldn't that be great to put a screen TV over a fireplace?
Mm-hmm. Tiger oak mantle from Indiana. Oh, they have the original mirror that goes in it too.
Oh,
that's
mirror.
Neat.
That is cool. This is so cool.
Yeah, old Willie's, huh? Wow, the amount of stuff. Look at all the old keys. Arrowheads.
Oh yeah.
Nails with numbers on. Alright folks, this is the Aztec Motel on historic Route 66 in Seligman, Arizona. We don't know a whole lot about it, but we do know it was built in 1935. And then they added on to it in 1955, giving it its current appearance. It is currently closed, it appears, because of COVID. But we're going to take a look around. We got Marilyn Monroe here on the wall. Santa Monica to Chicago. We got Peter Fonda riding his Captain America bike. Yes, yes, yes. His buddy. Dennis Hopper. Couldn't think of his name for a minute, but there's Dennis Hopper. It's quite fitting that there's a UFO over the top of him. He was a strange character. Great actor though, great actor. See over here, we've got the Aztec Grill. That's a mural, that's cool. Here's the inside of one of the rooms, or if you can see some of it.
See? Huh.
We've got Clark Gable over here getting ready to smooch on some girl. And I'm guessing here, but I'm gonna say, could that be Jane Russell? I don't know. And a gangster who's stolen a girl. And we've got a Corvette. Once again, this is a classic motor court motel where you park right in front of your doorway, which is pretty cool when you're on the road. I always thought that was a nice feature. Number one, you don't have to carry your luggage very far. You don't have to worry about anybody breaking into your car because it's right outside your door. The Arrow Maker, huh? Don't really know what that pertains to. But that's it, folks. Isn't that cool? We're coming up here on B&B Automotive. It's an old mechanic shop here on Route 66 in Seligman. Now it is the Seligman Feed and Supply Company, but it still has the signage from back in the day when it was a mechanic shop, auto parts, new and used. Classic building, man. Yeah, where these vehicles over here are parked right now, you can see that's where they used to have pumps, and apparently it used to be a Texaco station. All right, folks, well, thanks for joining us on our epic Route 66 adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the little bell up in the corner. Please share these videos, and we have lots more episodes of Route 66 coming up. So until next time, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.